Hello, this is our 2013 Matlab project done by Michael and CJ. We're going to begin with our first program, which is Heart Program. This launches a menu where you can choose between three different aspects of heart information. We're going to begin with the Heart Zones program.
In the Heart Zones program, it asks for the user's name, and the other aspects do the same. So we'll just put Mike. Are you in? And then it prompts another menu to see if they're interested about learning more about the heart. So yes, and then asks another menu, and it's yes or no again. And this one asks for more detailed information, and if they don't have it, then that's fine. So we'll say no. And our gender is male, age 20, 170. And then here it will ask, or it will inform the user of what a resting heart rate is and how to get it, as well as an ambient heart rate, because for the program to work, these are going to be needed to be input for the output summary at the end of the script. So we're going to put 60 because we know this in advance, but if the user didn't, this information here details on how to acquire these values. Ambient 70, and then it assesses what the user input, and it outputs their heart rate zones, and this is going to be personalized to every individual depending on what their inputs were. So these ranges are depict the different heart zones, and if a person doesn't know what heart zones are, there is another script to help them learn about each zone. So we have that detailed here in this line of code, where they can just type zone info. But before that, we would like to note that our structure array here outputs a summary of what the user's information is. And also important to note is the max heart rate right here was calculated from the age, body weight, and the other variables that were gathered from the user inputs. And to get this max heart rate, a function was defined and put in the code so that it would calculate at the end, as you see here. And back to the zone info, if a person is not sure what a particular zone details, they can just type zone info. A menu pops up, and there are 5 zones, and if they don't know what, say, zone 4 means, they can select zone 4, and it talks about zone 4. It's the anaerobic threshold or performance zone. Really, this zone is kind of like when a person's sprinting, so they're using a lot of energy. It's very energy intense, and energy use comes from 85% glycogen stores and 15% body fat, so really heavy on sugar use here. And interval training helps with increased VO2 max. So just a little information or tidbits about each zone, and they're all unique. And it also outputs their lower and upper heart rate zones, so the user can know if they have a wireless heart rate monitor, if they take their heart rate manually, they can see they're in the zone by comparing their heart rate with these zone limits, so they know they're in the zone and what's happening within the zone. Okay, so that's it for the heart zones, and we're gonna. Oh yeah, now we're gonna show you the function in our code. So here's the heart program, which was the initiating script, which launches the other aspects. But the smart heart is the one we were just looking at in the command window. So this program here, max heart rate. So here's the function, and it's defined here, and for female too, it's defined again. So yeah.
And then we'll just briefly show you the structure array used to satisfy the array requirement for this project. There it is there. So that just stores all the information in an array that the program calculated. And then let's move on to our next program. And let's look at blood pressure now. So once again, prompts your name. I'm going to put my name CJ. And then it asks for your systolic pressure. That's the top number when you get your blood pressure done. So let's put a value that's a little high. Let's do 150, and your diastolic, that's the bottom number. We'll make that high as well. Let's put 90. So then the program's going to tell you what those numbers mean. So it says your systolic pressure suggests high blood pressure, which is hypertension, as well as your diastolic pressure. It then goes on to list a number of risks associated with high blood pressure and ways to reduce that. Once again, we have another structure array used to save and summarize all the data that was inputted.
Okay, for our last aspect is the calorie burn calculator, and we'll shortcut that just to do smart burner because that's the name of the script. And again, it'll ask for the user's name, and here it'll prompt the user to say yes or no, and yes, exercising often. If they say no, it'll be like, wow, that's too bad, you should exercise often, and that's really the end of that part. But we'll say yes because exercising is awesome, so why not? And how long was your workout? It'll ask you for, well, it'll prompt you what information it's going to need from you, and that's right here. It asks, or it tells you really how long you need to know how long your exercise was in hours and other basic information. So we'll say my workout was 1 hour, and then it asks the heart rate at the end of the exercise. We'll say it was 155, and then how old you are and your body weight in kilograms. And then another menu pops up because the calculation for this the calorie burner program, it has the option to be with a VO2 max variable or without, and with the VO2 max it just means the output is going to be more accurate, but without you can do it just as well, but it'll just be more of an approximate. So we're going to go without, and then are you male or female? Male. And then again it'll output a summary array, which you see here, and then it will tell you how many calories you burned here, so that's the output. And again, you can see it down here with the summary information. And it also displays a note about the accuracy of the calculation, and it says that it's only accurate within the 64% to 89% max heart rate range, and then it tells you zone 2 through 4. So if you didn't really know what that was, you could use the heart zone program to figure out what that is for you. And then it continues, the script continues to see if they are curious to see how long it will take to burn a certain amount of calories. So this is where our loop comes in, and it's in our script as a loop to do this function right here. So we're going to say yes, we want to see how long it takes to burn a certain amount of calories. We're going to see how long it takes to burn 2,000 calories. And it uses the user's previous information as inputs, and then it will round to the nearest hour. So it says 2 hours as how long it'll take to burn 2,000 at 155 heart rate and the other given information. And then again, it just says that right here.
Alright, let's just briefly highlight the loop we used in order to do that. And that is right here is our...
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Where is it? Oh, it's right here.
There it is.
Yeah, there.
Okay, so we just use a simple while loop in order to determine the unknown bound, which was time in this case. So that satisfied the loop requirement, and then as you can see here, we've met all the requirements necessary for this project. We have well over 350 lines of code, which was
I think we calculated it to be 430 lines of code exact.
So we hope you enjoyed our project and learned a little bit about heart health.